Hello, and welcome to another edition of Chamber Chat Live, brought to you by the Tri-County Chamber of Commerce, dedicated to building communities, creating connections, and supporting commerce. Special thanks to our sponsor, Tim Hillard and Ben Exchange, as well as our host, Bill Vitiello, representing the Victory Bank. And now, on to our program.
Hi, everybody, and welcome into Chamber Chat Live with the Tri-County Area Chamber of Commerce. Thank you so much for joining today, tuning in, whatever you want to call it, however you're consuming this, greatly appreciated. My name is Bill Vitiello. I'm the Institutional and Business Development Manager from the Victory Bank in Limerick. We'd like to thank quite a few people before we get started, so we'll make it brief, but all still very important as we recognize what goes on behind the scenes here to make Chamber Chat and how it's brought to you. Drew Griffin from Delicious Marketing. Drew, thank you, doing all the behind the scenes today. I'd like to thank Tim Hillard from the Ben Exchange, your friends for business benefits. We also like to thank the good students in the communications department at the Montgomery County Community College who have produced our intro and outro that you'll see. Please make sure you stay tuned to the end. And then also to Eileen and Danielle over at the Chamber who help organize our guests and just propel the Chamber Chat Live format forward. So thanks once again for joining. This is great because, again, I say this often, and today is no exception, that I get a chance to meet people who I've never met before, and today is no exception. So I would like to introduce David Charles. David is the co-founder and executive director of the S.T.R.I.V.E initiative. David, welcome to Chamber Chat Live. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate this opportunity.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's my pleasure. I'm really surprised we haven't met yet because you and I have a common connection. One of the greatest people in the world, in my opinion, Christine Morris, who was on your board. So,
yeah.
You know, it was great that I think she brought this to our attention here, and certainly great that you could speak today. So, so look, I know nothing about S.T.R.I.V.E, which is great because our audience may or may not know about S.T.R.I.V.E. So if you wouldn't mind just taking a few minutes, first, tell us about you and how you became a co-founder and director of S.T.R.I.V.E, please.
Okay, yeah, great. Well, my name is David Charles. I am born and raised here in Pottstown all my life. Actually, I lived in Europe for a few years. Lived in California pursuing music, always wanting to make it big in the music industry and come back to help my community. So I did do some good things with music, but I was always called back here. So that's why I'm here, digging into the community. Just been a person who grew up at a community center and really affected me a lot, mentoring people, older people, just looking out for each other. And that's kind of why I'm back here. So I'm here now, co-founded and started S.T.R.I.V.E with another young gentleman from Pottstown. I was really big into music, like I said, and I co-owned the High Street Music Company years ago and just was always into music lessons for students who couldn't afford music lessons. That's sort of how the ball started to get rolling with the nonprofit. We focused on music, and it came from that angle first. Then I just had a lot of the paperwork together, met up with another gentleman named Anthony Lyon. He was doing some things in the community as well with music. So we said, why should we have two nonprofits doing similar missions? Let's just work together. We knew each other, was best friends with his father. So we made it a match, found an attorney to do some work for us. And we started in 2014, June of 2014. We got our 501c3 for the S.T.R.I.V.E initiative.
Well, we're thankful that you came back to Pottstown, to your roots. You know, and I think that the town is always thankful when we have folks like yourself who want to be able to make a difference. But like you said, too, you felt a calling, right? You felt like you were still connected to the community. And you can already tell that in the way you're passionate and the way you're delivering it. And I know, again, I said I didn't know a whole lot about S.T.R.I.V.E, but I know you guys are deeply rooted in the community with helping out. So please describe what the S.T.R.I.V.E initiative is and what you guys are looking to accomplish in the community.
Awesome. Well, one, S.T.R.I.V.E is also an acronym for strengthening, the T. The S, strengthening tomorrow requires initiative and vision every day. And it's an acronym. Our mission is to unify and strengthen communities by facilitating and fostering connection that equip all stakeholders, especially our youth, to make positive personal, professional, and societal impact. We're right now in the middle of our capacity building phase, thanks to the Pottstown Area Health and Wellness that have contributed and helped us immensely with our capacity building. Right now, we're working with a consultant firm out of Atlanta to build our organization, to build our board, program development, budgeting, books, everything you could think of with S.T.R.I.V.E. We focus right now on mentoring. Hugely something that has been deep on my heart, mentoring here. So we focus right now with partnering with the Pottstown Middle School. We bring community members into the Pottstown Middle School when that was current, to partner and connect with students. And community members also partner with teachers. They go into the classroom to assist teachers in any capacity that is needed. That's usually that was usually an 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. morning mentoring block that was created through the Pottstown School District. We also went into the lunch rooms to connect with students during each lunch zone. So that's our organization is mainly focused on mentoring and community conversations. We like bringing people together to discuss things that are relevant in our society, some things that are not easy, but we like to bring together a safe environment that people can actually bring their whole self to a conversation without judgment and try to find solutions that we can work on to move forward in Pottstown.
So let me ask you a little bit about the mentoring, because I know this is an important part for kids nowadays, and especially young youth as well. As they begin to form, their lives, it's easy to get off rail. It's easy to lose direction there, and to have somebody who's been through that experience and can provide the advice, I know is very valuable. Does S.T.R.I.V.E cover a broad spectrum of mentor type programming, or is it one or two things in specifically?
We work on academics and social emotional learning, and just really being an adult friend to a student, to really be there to guide them, to sort of be that voice that supports the teacher, and also supporting parents. I mean, some students, they might not want to talk to their parents or teachers about certain things, but if they have a trusted mentor to connect with, it's always, it always can be a positive type of outcome. So we're focused on academics, we're focused on social emotional learning, and just being an adult friend to that student.
Yeah, you make a good point there. I'm just, as you're talking, I'm trying to remember growing up that, talking with my parents, I don't know that it's something that I always enjoyed doing, although they were, thankfully, they were there for me when that happened. But it was, I guess, maybe somewhat uncomfortable in the sense that I didn't know what questions to ask. Yes. Or how to relay what I'm feeling or what I'm going through. So to have a program like that for the kids really sounds like it's going to put them on the right path to decision making.
Absolutely. I mean, and it again, it all goes back to trust. It goes back to unifying and strengthening our communities. We're focused on the students, but we also have teachers in the school as well, administrators that we're trying to support as well, bringing adults from the community into the school to actually see what's happening. Where can they assist? we also give interest surveys to the mentors and to the mentees around career interests. We feel that that's important to connect students to mentors that maybe share a similar career interest. We ask something they want to get better at, both to mentees and mentors. Who are their role models, their hobbies? So we're asking questions to intentionally connect students and mentors together. We love the academics, the social emotional learning, but we also realize that being able to connect a student to someone in a similar career, maybe having some hands-on, maybe experience with working or shadowing someone is helpful as well.
Yeah, and David, as we continue this interview, I'm sure you do too. You want to encourage the audience. For those folks who are watching live, if you have any questions or comments for David or for S.T.R.I.V.E, please put them in the comments section. We're happy to address them right here on air. Even if you just want to say hello to David or myself, I'm happy to do that as well. So, you were talking about the mentoring. So if I were a student's parents, or I know the student probably isn't going to pay into it, but is there any cost involved with this mentorship program at all?
No, there is no cost. This is a free program to get connected to. It's a part of the district wellness program that's with the school. So we have partnered with the school district, again, still being supported by the Pottstown Area Health and Wellness Foundation. So this is not free. I mean, this is a free program. It's a volunteer program from the mentors capacity as well. Basically, the parent, even if a parent wants their child to be mentored, they would just connect with the administrators at the Pottstown Middle School, or they can connect with S.T.R.I.V.E at info@STRIVEinitiative.org, and we can connect with them and sort of, talk to administrators at the middle school to do some type of partner planning.
So I know you have your board of directors.
Yeah.
I'm certain they do some mentoring in some regard, correct?
Absolutely. We have a few of our board members, Christine Morris, who is the president of our board of S.T.R.I.V.E, and Whitney Morris as well. She's also a mentor in the program. So we love the fact that our board is committed to this community and committed to the mentoring process. And some of us came from situations where we had mentors or we didn't have mentors, but we understand that mentoring is important. A guide, a connection with someone that's an adult, that's positive, goes a long way. So we pride ourselves that our board is also connected and on the ground with our mentoring program.
So are your board members the only ones who can be mentors, or are other folks in the community?
Oh no, we have about 30 mentors right now in the program, and the mentors come from all over Pottstown. There may be a few that don't live in the borough, but no, we want anyone that is positive, that has some life experience, that is also okay with being connected to a middle school student. That wants to give up some of their time. It's like 35, 45 minutes once a week to connect with a student. Right now, we're doing that virtually, again, during a morning block. We also have some community hubs that we're partnering with to connect mentor and mentee safely distanced. But we're still moving forward in this time of COVID, right now.
Yeah, everybody's had to adapt, right? And it's probably the ideal situation is to have a mentor-mentee situation in person.
Yes, yeah.
But I think the virtual aspect of things are becoming a little bit more comfortable, and able to propel things forward. So. Yes. So that's great. You guys continue to do that. Yes. We do have a comment here from Brittany Kunz. I think I'm saying that right. She says, "Hi, David. Keep up the great work."
Well, thank you, Brittany. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you so
nice
much.
little comment there. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so you've been working hard for the community.
Yes, yes, yes.
So with Strive, you have to create awareness. Obviously, you do that through your website, you do through social media, but I think you also have some events that are coming up. Correct?
Oh,
Do you want to chat about those a little bit?
yeah, yeah. We have a community fundraiser coming up on Sunday, October 11th at the Alley on High right here in Pottstown. And it's going to start at 1 p.m. till 7 p.m. We're just bringing the community together, focused on our Creative for Greatness program. And we have been graciously enough with the businesses in Pottstown, JJ Radigan's and the Alley on High, all of the gratuity from JJ Radigan's when folks are eating will go towards the Strive initiative, and 10% of all drinks that are purchased at the Alley on High will go towards the Strive initiative as well. So that is October 11th from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. There is no cost. We just want people coming out, connecting, supporting, getting some information about what we're doing. And if you want to become a mentor, you can come by and connect with us. We have some packets there. And if you want to donate to what we're doing, we would love that as well.
Yeah,
And
it does not. I was going to say it does not surprise me that the local businesses on High Street are helping support your initiative because they've helped out so many others in the
oh
past.
yeah,
And
yes.
it continues to amaze me how in a very short amount of time, all the nonprofit organizations and the businesses on High Street have rallied around one another. So that's
It-
great. That's great. It sounds like a great time. I'm hoping to make it out if I can. So I would encourage others to do the same. What's the next event that you have there?
We have another event coming up Sunday, October 25th. We are doing a community conversation, and this will be at the Sunnybrook Drive-In. We're going to be showing the movie Selma, sort of addressing race and our civic duties. We marched here a few months ago in our community. It was a couple thousand people. It was incredible. People came together. There was no violence, no disruptions. It was just incredible. So we want to bring people back together and really discuss, some of the reasons of why we were there that day marching. So we're going to show Selma. We're going to connect as a community. We have a text message service that we're going to just ask a few questions around the movie, not many, so we can focus as a community on some of the systemic racism situations that are happening in our country.
And Sunnybrook, go ahead.
Sunnybrook Ballroom, that will start at that will open at 5:30. The movie starts at 6:30, and it is a 2-hour movie. That event is free. It's a pay as you can, donate what you can. But we believe that our community is special, and they showed that in the march a few months ago, where everyone came together. So we want to keep the conversation going, together safely. That's why we're doing it at the Sunnybrook Ballroom, the drive-in, and we're going to just keep moving from there.
And that's great. And I know Sunnybrook has been doing a great job with the movies. I know the Chamber just had one the previous week. It was Willy Wonka. So to bring everybody together, especially again, we're in some bizarre times right now, but just keep moving forward, keep the messaging moving forward. And again, you're having a very, showing that movie, hopefully will prompt some additional conversation on how, as a community, we begin to heal and continue to move forward in accepting everyone for who they are.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. And we do host community conversations, but we want to do this safely. So we're using the text message service to ask those few questions about how do we address systemic racism as a community and address it in Pottstown. And we're going to let the people speak, and whatever comes to the top, we'll work together to move out as the people have their voice heard. And that's what we want to do. So we're excited that people will come out. Registration is going to be up in a day or so on our website, and we'll be putting it out on social media. So it is free, and we want everyone to come and participate.
Yeah. And Charles, if you don't mind, I'm going to go off script here for just a second. And, or David, I'm sorry. I'm going to go off script here just a second and kind of ask you a question about the kids nowadays and what's been happening with the racism conversations. How do they feel about what's happening right now? I think a lot of us who are older maybe have some frames of reference. But those who are younger maybe don't as much. So can you speak to that a little bit and just kind of tell me where the youth and how they're thinking about all this?
The youth are very tired of what they're seeing right now. I think we as adults need to do a better job at allowing the youth to actually express how they feel. We just had an event a few weeks ago, and we brought some community leaders to the table. And one was a young guy named Emmanuel Wilkerson, who is the secretary of the NAACP, and he spoke about the youth really having their voice heard. I talk to youth all the time. They just feel like they're not heard. They feel like their voice and how they feel right now is not being addressed. They also feel that there's a lot of old way of thinking with some of these things with race, and their voice isn't being heard on where they are and how they feel and how they want to help this whole narrative move forward. So we want to focus on our youth and how they feel and equipping them to come together and have these types of conversations that's led for them, led by them to move forward.
Yeah, I appreciate you answering that. Thank you. Again, there's some people who have, an idea of what we're going through as a society, but then, to speak to the youth a little bit who, like you said, they're not being heard right now. And, it's difficult. I know, somebody my age, I don't know that I'm necessarily hearing from the youth. I'm on social media and I see all these different posts, but I don't know how old these people are.
Yes,
I have no idea. So I'm glad you're able to provide some feedback on that. So thank you.
Yeah, we really feel that is valuable to not just the future, to now, to the now. The youth are the now. We're not waiting for middle school students to get to 12th grade to say you're the future. It's like they're the now. So they need to be equipped, and we need to allow them to be equipped to have these conversations and pull off, these, rallies of talking and being able to be and sit at the table and put it in their hands, allow them to talk and connect with each other. I think it's crucial to our future.
Yeah, absolutely. And David, we're coming up on the last few moments of the Chamber Chat Live here. Is there anything else that you wanted to share with S.T.R.I.V.E?
Well, I realize that we're going through a time right now in our nation, in the world, in this, even in our community. And I would say, safely, we need to remain resilient, be safe, and still connect with each other the best way possible. Allow people to bring their full self to conversations without judgment. Allow safe places to exist. We should be bringing everything of who we are to the table and allowing, and that goes for everyone, so at S.T.R.I.V.E, when we talk about community conversations and people talking, I just feel with our organization, bringing those safe places, allowing people to bring who they are, what they've learned, what they've been a part of without judgment. So everything can be put on the table. And then we can all look together at what's in the middle and say, is this us? Or is this what we learn? If it's what we learn and it's not truly us, let's start a new way of thinking for ourselves when we're sitting together at a table. I think that's important. So I would just say stay connected, stay unifying and strengthening each other. Invite people onto a chat to get to know them. Do your best at connecting with people.
Yeah, that's a great message. Thank you.
Yes.
My
Thank
guest,
you.
yeah, you're welcome. It's my pleasure. My guest today has been David Charles from the S.T.R.I.V.E initiative in Pottstown. If you'd like to message him, the website is right there. It's striveinitiative.org. You can pull that hat off, man. I can't do that. I like it.
Thank you. I
I
appreciate
like it. I've been waiting the whole interview to compliment
I
you
got
on
a
the
lot
hat.
of hats, man. I got a lot. I wear hats. I got big hair, but I
Yeah.
tuck it in sometimes. You know, you got to change up.
Yep,
You know?
absolutely. So
Yeah.
thank you once again to Drew Griffin from Delicious Marketing, who's doing all behind the scenes, Danielle and Eileen from the Tri-County Area Chamber of Commerce, Tim Hillert from the Ben Exchange, and the great students over at the Communication Studies program at the Montgomery County Community College. Once again, my name is Bill Vitiello from the Victory Bank. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, all my best. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in. Please like, turn on notifications, subscribe, or share. Want to be a guest? Email podcast@tricountyareachamber.com.